Hey everyone, welcome back to Fudd Around and Find Out. This is Azzi Fudd, and I'm here with my girl, Ashanti Plumber. Ashanti, what is up?
What's up, AZ? Listeners, we have a good one. It's a mailbag episode, and we're going to get into all things UConn, basketball, and AZ's personal life. And we may answer some burning questions that you have about me too.
That's right. So I'm super excited to see what you guys want to know. Ashanti, where are we starting?
Well, let's start with a check-in. The listeners want to know, how are you doing? What's up? You've been moving and shaking nonstop since like April. So how are you doing?
I'm good. I feel like being busy is all I've ever known. So like this is not really new. I feel like the whole living out of a suitcase for like weeks on end, that's a little new. But I'm good. A little tired, but nothing, you can sleep when you're dead. Like, I'm not really worried about that. Other than that, like, I'm great. I've had some really cool experiences these last few months. I've met some really amazing people. So I feel like I'm just trying to really soak in every experience and every opportunity I've gotten, because it's easy to like look past things and look at the next thing coming.
Yeah, absolutely. So someone who's balancing like traveling and basketball and school and all these other events you have to attend, like what kind of advice do you have for the listeners?
I guess I'd say to stay present. Like when you're doing so much, especially back to back to back, like it's super easy to get caught up in either what you had just done or what you're looking forward to doing next week, but really being able to stay present and enjoy what you're doing in the moment. Like right now I'm in Minnesota with my family. So getting to enjoy this little bit of downtime I have, and I only have a little bit of time with my cousin and my grandparents and being here in my favorite place. So being able to really enjoy this before I go on to what's next in a few days.
No, yeah, that's dope. I really do appreciate the time that I do get to spend with my family. I'm out here in New York, but my family doesn't even live here anymore. So I definitely understand being present where you're at, especially when it comes to some quality time with the famo. So who are your like basketball related like role models or people you look up to?
I have to say my parents. I think I feel like as I've gotten older, being able to appreciate, how hard parenting is, having 3 kids and them balancing everything they've been able to do for us and giving us these opportunities growing up. Obviously, like in the moment growing up, you're like, okay, this is normal. It's what a parent's supposed to do. But it's like all the sacrifices that they've given for us, I'm just super grateful for. And I hope that I could be a parent like them one day.
We love you guys. We love her parents.
What would you say?
Non-basketball related, I'm going to say my mom. I think that's pretty cliche, but it's the truth. She was a single parent raising me and my brother. And so I just admire her, especially like in these New York City streets. So that's definitely someone that I look up to, non-basketball wives. Wise. Okay, girlie, so you're about to go on a very, very long trip. How are you feeling about this trip overseas to China?
I'm excited. I'm a little nervous for this flight. This wasn't planned until like a little bit ago. So when I left campus, I left my iPad on campus because I was like, oh, I'm not going to need it. I'm taking a class. I'll have my computer. I'll do homework. I'll read a book, listen to music. Like I'm not going to be on a flight that's longer than 3 hours. Like I'm not really going to be bored. And I'm currently iPadless, gonna be on like a 12+ hour flight. And so I'm a little nervous for how this is gonna go. What's the longest flight you've been on?
I don't know. So I went to Australia. I lived there for a little bit. And so I think it was 2 flights, but I don't remember how long the longest one of those 2 were. But I just remember it was to Australia, and I was lucky enough to have a lot of leg room, and I went to sleep for a majority of the time because I can't imagine.
So you can sleep on planes?
Oh, absolutely. I have to. Speaking of sleep, Miss Girl, you are always napping all the time, everywhere. And the reason why I know is because your dad literally posts on social media all the time. It's like a hidden talent of his where he's catching you knocked out. Like, you can't sleep on planes. It's actually shocking to me because I've seen you via social media sleep like everywhere. What?
I do sleep on planes. It's just like not good. And my mouth is always open. So when I wake up like choking because my mouth is all dry. That's probably like my least favorite place to sleep. A car nap though, oh my gosh, those hit different. But I feel like growing up in a gym, I feel like that I very quickly learned how to sleep anywhere. Like I would lay my jacket down and I'd sleep like in between the bleachers on the like with games going on in the middle of a tournament. So I feel like growing up in that environment has taught me to sleep anywhere.
What's the weirdest place you've ever slept?
The weirdest place I've ever slept. I've definitely fallen asleep at basketball games before. Like not like AU tournament ones, like real ones.
Wait, real ones that you are participating
No,
in?
not like ones that I'm watching. Not the ones that I'm playing in. I'm trying to think.
Okay, girl.
That would be
I was gonna say,
crazy.
cut the camera. I think the weirdest place I've ever fell asleep. Well, not really weird, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like this might be common. I fell asleep in a movie theater before. Now, movie theaters out here is like $25 just for a ticket. So I literally paid to take a nap. But you know what? I needed it. So it is what it is.
See, that's
I have no
I know a
shame
lot
for
of
that.
people
I
who do
paid to
that,
sleep.
but if I'm paying to go see a movie, I'm not gonna fall asleep. Can't waste my
I
money.
feel that, but I feel like I don't know. It's like it's nice and cold in the theater, and then I'm usually going with like some of my friends, so I'm kind of like comfy. Yeah, I played myself $25 to take a nap.
Wait, Ashanti, what movie did you fall asleep in?
Girl, I don't know. I was asleep. I was knocked out. I have no idea. I gotta ask my best friend and get back to y'all because no clue.
Oh, actually, I've fallen asleep in a club. That's got to be the
Ooh.
craziest place I've fallen asleep.
Yes, that's definitely insane. It's loud. It's crazy. It's hot.
But like when you're tired, you're just like you're tired.
I'm gonna take a nap right here. I'm gonna take a nap. You see that?
That's me.
Little girl?
Yeah.
She was like, I think she was on a beach or something with her brother, and she like, I need to take a nap right here, like crying. I felt that. Okay, tell me some of the things that you play or watch on your iPad.
I think between my family and a couple of friends, I have like logins to every streaming platform possible. So whatever show I'm watching at that moment, like I'm in between shows right now. So I'm just gonna download a bunch of like top 10 whatever movies. And then my iPad games. I get made fun of a lot for these, but I don't care.
Uh-oh.
I love my Smurf Village game. I've been playing that since I got my iPad in like 3rd grade. I play the Harry Potter Hogwarts game.
I'm going to ask you all of that because I need explanations. So go ahead. Smurfville, Harry Potter.
I play Homescapes. That's a good one. And then I say like those are my big 3 and then a bunch of like random ones obviously I have on there.
Okay. What Smurf would you be?
Obviously I'm going to be Smurfette. I mean, duh. Who would you be?
I am in between Jokey Smurf because I got jokes for days or Chef Smurf because I like to eat even though Chef Smurf cooks.
I was going to say, okay, we're going to pretend like that makes sense.
I mean, I'm a cook and an eat.
We can just make up our own Smurf. You're going to be the eating Smurf.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I know Harry Potter. I am a fan. I've read like every book. So I get that. Yes, girl. I was giving guilty pleasure. I had a wand.
I think I had a wand
for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Girl, you couldn't tell me anything. I was doing, craziness.
I love that.
What house would you want to be in for Harry Potter?
Oh my gosh. Wait, now I forget what house I'm in. I think.
Oh, excuse me. What house are you in?
No, but like you play the game, you like take a test. So it like puts you in a house. It was either Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff. I forget which one. It wasn't like, it definitely wasn't Slytherin and it wasn't
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor, yeah. What house would you want to be in?
Gryffindor, only because like Harry Potter was in Gryffindor.
Yeah.
I read the books. They're typically the ones who are like brave and going on adventures. And I like to believe that would be me. But honestly, as soon as I hear something creepy in the woods or something like that, I'm running. Actually, I wouldn't go explore in the first place.
So yeah, I'd like to think I would, but I don't think I would. I think after this, we need to do one of those tests and find out.
Absolutely. Coming to you real soon. Talked about your iPad, the games. I know you're a huge reader. So tell the people what you've been reading and what you're into and what you're looking forward to reading.
Okay. I feel like this has been a slow reading summer for me because usually I take classes, but only during one like month of the summer. This summer I'm taking it during both. So it's been hard to read as much as I'd like to. I've read a few good ones. Probably 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I really enjoyed that one. Made me cry. Oh, if you like thrillers, Pretty Girls, I forget who, maybe Karen Slaughter, something like that. I forget who wrote it. That's a crazy book. That
Mhm.
that was a crazy book. And then The Nightingale, it's like a historical fiction book. I think our strength coach gave it to me, and I was so just unprepared for, like, I was up at night, like, sobbing reading this book. It, like, crushed my heart,
Not
but it
sobbing.
was really good. It was really good. I would suggest that one. I don't think
Okay.
you would like that one. Do you read?
Wait, why?
It was like a heavy read.
I read. I'm more of a, like, self-help reader. I
Mhm.
like reading about, like, just ways to improve in the business side of my life, and then also I enjoy, like, the spiritual, faith-based side, and then I enjoy reading just mostly, like, self-help. When I was younger, I really was into a lot of fiction, but now I'm more, like, nonfiction, self-help, that kinda thing. But I don't mind a good little romance novel. I like that kinda stuff, so you can put me on for sure. Do you read, like, self-help books and stuff like that? Anything motivational?
I read some. I'm very much more fiction, but, like, I've read The Obstacle's the Way. I really like that one, and Chop Wood, Carry Water, but definitely fiction is always my go-to.
Yeah. Alright, switching gears here. A listener wants to know, what advice would you give to young athletes?
Advice that I would give, like, there's so many things you could say. Advice that I would give would be set goals and dream big and make sure, like, you're setting goals that are, whether it's, like, in a month, a few months, things that you can, like, obtain that are closer, like, what am I trying to say? That are, like,
Things you can obtain now and things that you might not think are obtainable, but set them anyways and try.
yes, yes, but also, like,
Is that
short
where we're
term
going?
and long
Okay, okay.
term, and then also things that you think, like, I don't know if I can get to that level. I don't know if this is, like, realistic or not, but, like, you set it there because, like, anything's possible. And then also, like, with that, remembering that, like, like, the journey is never linear. It's never a straight line. The path, like, it's never easy. So I feel like just always remembering that, like, there's always gonna be setbacks, and it's not about, like, the setbacks. It's about how you overcome those things and how you respond to those obstacles that are in the way and those things that are thrown at you.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. I'm feeling inspired.
Whatever. What's your advice?
We're No, for real. I think that's dope. Like, it's essentially there's gonna be a lot of people who tell you no, or maybe you don't fit the picture of what they believe you can do, you know? And so I think that is great advice for younger athletes because even myself growing up, there are people who I had big dreams. I was like, I'm going to play Division One basketball. That was like one of my first basketball goals. And people were just like, I hadn't gotten super tall yet. So they were just like, where are you going? Like, oh, you can stay, near home. You can go to NYU, which is a great school, but that's not a Division One school where I wanted to go. So if I would have just been okay with what everyone else was setting for me, I wouldn't have achieved the things that I've been able to achieve. So that's great advice, girly. And the advice I would give them kids is be yourself. There is no one else, honestly, that you can be. And if you continue to just show up genuinely as yourself in spaces, the people, your tribe will find you, and the path that you're supposed to be walking on and the things that you're supposed to be doing in this life will happen over time. So just continue to show up authentically as you. That's for the kiddos.
I love that.
We have a special listener who has a live question today.
Philip, you have a question for us? This is my cousin Philip. He lives in LA. And
Yeah.
wait, first of all, show him your jersey. For those of you who can't see, he's
Uh-oh.
wearing an AZ Fudd basketball camp jersey. It looks good on him.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, ask your question.
So, easy.
Yes, sir.
I want to know like what your workout schedule is like. Do you like workout every day? Is it like is it like a few days every week or
Great question, Philip. So as you can see, Philip's here with me in Minnesota, and he's gotten a little taste of my workout schedule because he's been waking up early and going to the gym with me.
Yeah.
I work out just about every day. I think I do something most days. So I go to the gym, like do an on-court workout probably 5, 6 days out of the week. And I'm more of as I've gotten older, I've learned that quality is more important than quantity. So it's not about how long you're on the court, more about like the quality of the work that you're getting when you're on the court. So I feel like if you do an hour of good work, even 45 minutes of quality work, that's all you need. And then I go in and I lift afterwards, which is also usually about an hour. And while I've been working out on court, Philip's been doing his own workout on the track. Philip, how have your workouts been going?
Just, running, never stopping until I'm done with the workout.
Facts. Philip is also working on his push-ups and jumping jacks. Tell them how your push-ups are coming along.
They're doing mediocre.
Mediocre? Okay.
I feel like they're doing mediocre.
I would approve that. I would approve that. All right, for the people who can see, give them a little flex. Show them your muscles. Oh, yeah.
Phillip.
Oh, yeah, so good. Philip, that was a great question. Thank you so much for joining today and asking.
Also, what do you think's crazier? A baby named like someone we don't know has a baby named after you, or a tattoo of you?
Wow.
Oh, those are both pretty crazy. And I know people with both.
Oh, okay.
I think a baby is crazy. Like a baby being named after me is crazy. Because I feel like that's like a different level of like this child is stuck with that name for at least 18 years until they can legally change it if they hate it that much. But then again, also a tattoo is crazy because like that's permanent, you know?
It's hard to get
Either way, I'm honored.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good answer.
What do you think is crazier?
Personally, kid named after you.
Would you name your kid after me?
I mean, yeah, I might. Probably not, but
You think about it. Probably not, but you consider it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Thank
Phillip,
you so much, Phillip.
Thanks for joining us. Give me a hug. Bye.
Bye.
Aww. That is 100% the cutest listener question we've gotten. But the listeners really want to know. And up next, we're going to get into basketball and all UConn questions. They want to know everything. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. So we were just talking about your personal life. What other schools were you thinking about going to visit during your recruitment process?
So my family was a road trip family. So to every AU tournament we went, we drove. Not most of them, we drove. So we would stop. We'd leave early, and we would stop at whatever school we were passing on the way that was either interested or even if like they hadn't shown interest yet, we would still stop just to see their campus. Which at the time, like it was cool, but I was kind of like, why are we doing this? And as I'm older, and like even when I went into making my college decision, I was really grateful that my parents did that because then because of COVID, I didn't get official visits. So going on all those other visits, I had already seen the campuses of all the schools I was like really considering, but also seeing campuses of other schools and like things that I knew I didn't like. So getting that feel early on was really important. And I didn't realize that at the time. But so like I visited Notre Dame a lot, and like a few memories from there is their dining hall and how my younger brothers, when they get any type of buffet of food in front of them, like they go absolutely insane. And just seeing their plates, I had like secondhand embarrassment sometimes, seeing the plates they'd come back with. When I went to UCLA, I visited there, and we were doing like a walk around the campus, and they had someone on a golf cart stop me with like a magazine, I think, of a picture of me on it. And they were like, "Are you Azzi Fudd?" And like showed me this magazine. UCLA needs props because they're like recruiting people and they're creative. Like it was top notch the things that they would send and do. But it was a lot of just really funny things like that. There's a lot of good memories on those visits.
That sounds great. I mean, what's one of the weirdest or like craziest or unexpected things that a school has done to try to get you to commit to them?
I feel like that was funny. And at the moment I was like, what the heck? Like, how does this person know who I am? And then like later, like we figured it out, but that was really cool. I mean, I remember when Maryland offered me a scholarship in 6th grade. I was at their like elite camp, and I was called into Brenda's Coach Free's office during lunchtime. And in the moment, I'm like, I just want to go eat lunch with my friends. Like, why am I being called to her office right now? And my parents are there, and they're talking. I don't like remember the conversation too much. I remember like they're talking. You might have watched the video. And at the end, she's like, I've really enjoyed having you here. You've been really great. We've been following you, watching you, and we want to offer you a scholarship. And they just look at me. I gotta look at them, and I look at my parents, and I'm like, what does that mean? I had no idea what a scholarship meant. So I think that was probably one of my favorite memories, just because that was like the start, like the real start of the recruitment process for me, and really learning what a scholarship was, and realizing like what my future could look like.
6th grade? Oh my goodness.
Do you have any good recruitment stories?
Good. I mean, one of my favorites is we went to like a really, really bougie restaurant. This was in South Texas at Corpus. And the waiter came out and it was like the last part of the meal. We already ate, we're done. The waiter came out and it was like a cake, almost like a flan with like a little candle, and then like on the side of it, it just said, "Will you marry us?" Which is kind of crazy, but like it really is like a decision that's gonna last a lifetime if you stay. And so I think that was definitely the craziest recruitment story, and I ended up going there, so I guess it worked. I said I do.
Did you really say I do?
Yes. Yes, I do. That's gonna be a story for my future husband, whoever asks. I'm be like, oh, second time around, here we go. But yeah, that was definitely a wild one. So what is a core memory from last season other than winning the Natty?
I feel like a lot of my favorite memories are just us as a team hanging out, and one of them was it was early in the season, so it was around Halloween. We had just started getting into scary movies, I think, so it was around Halloween. And the first one we decided to watch was The Purge. And it was like our first big movie night. Not big, it wasn't the whole team, but we were all like squeezed in Paige's room. So it was Paige, me, KK, Sarah, Ice, Jana, Caitlin, Allie. We're like all squeezed in her room and we're watching The Purge. And a lot of them had never seen it before. And I think, if I remember correctly, we kind of convinced Jana that this was a real thing. And so then it also became a conversation of like, if the purge really did happen, like, where would you hide? Would you go out? Like, who would you try to kill? And like, would you be like, try to get money? Would you try to get some like new bags, some new designer clothes? Like, what would you be trying to get? But that was like our first of many movie nights. And it was nice just to hang out with them and mess with them.
I love that. That's cute. Teammate bonding. Okay. So Fudd family, super fun, crazy. Never know what stories you're going to get with you guys. Can you tell us one story or tell us anything crazy that's happened maybe during a game or when your family came over? It could be AAU, it could be college, anything.
Wait, craziest thing that they've done at a game?
At a game, to make it to a game on time, or anything.
One of my favorite things is when I'm like in a game, even whether if I'm playing or like on the bench, just in the huddle, and I look up on the Jumbotron and I see someone from my family up there dancing, it's usually my dad. But when I see him either up there dancing or like I'll like make eye contact with them and I'll see him just in the stands going crazy, or when he's like jumping, trying to get a t-shirt, the amount of videos that I've seen from fans of him like at games trying to get t-shirt tosses, like I'm like, Dad, you have so many UConn shirts. Why do you need another UConn shirt from this t-shirt toss? Like, you really don't. I know you don't, but it's become a competition for him. But that always makes me laugh.
I can imagine him just rebounding over people to grab these t-shirts.
Yes.
And it's killing me because it gives very much on brand. And now that's a competition.
But it's like arms all the way out, jumping.
Has anyone ever out jumped him?
No. Not the UConn fans, at least.
Not the box out. Okay. So if you can add any like random rule to basketball, what would it be?
I feel like an easy answer would be like a 4-point shot, like half court and back is worth 4 points. If you get like a crazy buzzer beater, just make things interesting. Or even like the volleyball line, like a spot is like a bonus point. But I feel like there needs to be something like more fun. Like that's a basic answer. I don't know. What would you say?
I was gonna say, could you knock down a 4-pointer? That's gonna be a regular range.
Yeah, I would definitely knock down. At least like, I got to get a couple of them in. At least one a game.
That was probably one of my favorite parts of the All-Star game. I'm like, yes, let's run it up. You shoot it from the logo, 4 points. Let's go.
I like that.
Okay, so One of the listeners want to know, what is your signature move and what would you name it?
My signature move. In high school, my signature move was an in and out cross. Like I did it like 100 times a game. I feel like I don't do it as much, but it's still my go-to. Like when I'm playing one-on-one or workouts, or like an in and out between. I don't know what I would call it though.
You have a great name, girl. I would use it for everything.
But I don't know what I would call it. Wait, what would be your move and what would you call it?
I love a good hook shot, and it's called the hook shot. So, you know. What would I call it? I don't know. Some AP something.
Okay.
AP something. It start with an AP for sure. But the rest, I don't know. We put a little razzle dazzle on it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have a ton of questions, and this one is making me laugh, and I can't wait to ask it. So one of the listeners asked, which cartoon character would be unstoppable in college basketball? My mind immediately goes to Space Jam.
I feel like mine does too. I'm trying to think of something else. Okay, I'm going to go with Sully from Monsters, Inc. I think he'd be a beast in the paint.
Yes, absolutely. That's cute. So it just depends. Like, I'm thinking Tom and Jerry, old school. Both of them will be great. One, Tom, he's a cat. He's bigger. At least on the cartoon, he makes him look big. So we would put him in the paint. Absolutely. But Jerry, he's small. He gets through everybody. He'll be my little point guard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think. My characters. Okay. What is the funniest thing a coach has ever yelled at you about?
You know what? The funniest, or I would say like the most random, like, I'm not going to say unacceptable, but like something you shouldn't be yelled at for would be my dad yelling at me. I forget what grade. Definitely, I want to say this was like 7th, 8th, maybe 9th grade, like in that time period. Could have been younger. I don't remember. I needed to go pee during practice. He yelled at me. So he kicked me out of practice. He kicked me out of the gym because I asked to go pee.
Something you could not even control.
No, actually, he told me that you can control it. And you should only be asking to go to the bathroom if you need to poop, because that's something that you can't hold. But if you need to pee, then you're not really trying. You're not working hard enough.
Oh, he said all that liquid needs to be coming out through sweat. I see the thinking.
No,
Tim, I see the thinking.
He kicked me out of
Tim.
practice for that. I think I was just speechless on that one. I was like, is he, what's going on?
I mean, did you ever pee your pants in practice?
No.
So, I mean, he might have had a little.
You know what? I
should have.
I should have.
Just to prove a point. Like, I told you I needed to go. Okay, so what is the most embarrassing moment you've had on the court then? So we know you didn't pee your pants. What happened?
I mean, I guess similar to that, I guess getting my period.
Oh.
During a game. That's never fun.
How old were you when this happened?
Oh, this was like in college.
Okay.
But someone saw it before like other people did. So I've heard of like other horror stories, but so they caught it in time for me to change and get a new pair of shorts.
Was this a TV game?
Yeah. But it wasn't bad. And you could like only see it from a certain angle. So yeah, it was caught in time, but.
Shout out to the community because, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Okay, we're back from break. AZ, what do you got?
So the first question is, where did you grow up?
So I grew up in New York City. I lived mostly in Manhattan majority of my life, but I've lived in almost every borough except for Staten Island.
Okay. The next question is, where did you play college basketball?
I played college basketball at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. It is a small Division I in South Texas, aka the Island University.
Was it hard to leave New York when you picked a college out of state?
I was really excited to leave New York. You know, I grew up there, so I was like, I want to go somewhere outside of the city and I want to go somewhere warm. So it made sense for me to go there. And then, but it's very different. It's very, very different. People are always smiling and they greet you when you walk by. New York is not as friendly as Texas is. but it was great.
Wait, so then what made you want to go back? You were like, I miss it.
New York is always home. I
Mhm.
went to college in Texas, but I was like, I knew I wasn't going to stay there forever.
Mhm.
So that's why I definitely made my way back home. But after a couple years, though, but I made my way back.
You did. What injuries did you have when you were playing?
So quite a few, actually. I was pretty much injured majority of my college career. I had some major ankle injuries, just sprains, and then I popped my cartilage, and then the big one, I tore my ACL when I was a senior.
Hey,
So
part of
that
the
was
club.
Hey, twin.
Right or left knee?
Left knee.
Okay, so we've got both the knees covered between the two of us then. Look at that.
Listen, only got one good one.
No, don't say that. We have two good ones each. Like, our knees are good.
Okay, put it together. We got
Yeah.
2 good knees.
There you go. Okay, the next question is, did you play overseas and where?
I did play overseas. I played in Malta. I played in Czech Republic, Germany, and Australia. My absolute favorite place playing was Australia. It was the last place I played. And I just loved everything. I've always wanted to go. And so I was really excited to be able to play out there and live out there for a couple months.
What about that was your favorite?
I think the team felt really like family, and it's warm all the time. I lived in Brisbane, and Brisbane's like a city, but they have like this man-made beach in the middle of the city, and so that was cool. It's a lot of greenery, but not like the country. So
Mhm.
I enjoyed being able to still be around like green, but not be in the middle of like the woods.
So you didn't see any giant spiders or kangaroos?
No giant spiders, but I was chased down the street by a turkey-looking animal on my way to practice. Yep. Traumatic experience. Me and my therapist are locked in after that. But definitely that was the only thing. I was more afraid because, Australia is home to the deadliest animals in the world. But it was more city-like than anything. And I only got chased one time. So, we let it go.
I feel like those are good odds. Only once.
Only once out of the months I was there.
I'll
I'm
take
good.
it.
Anytime.
Okay, the next question is fast forwarding a little bit. They want to know, how did you get into basketball media?
So I got hurt towards the end of being in Australia. And for me, I was kind of like, all right, I've dealt with injuries all through college. I've dealt with injuries now in my professional career. I might want to like slow down a little bit. So I was like, how can I still be around the game when I'm not playing professionally? And so I was kind of like, why not host? Why not tell stories? Why not still be around it in ways that I don't necessarily have to play all the time? Still play for funsies, but it's like a different vibe now with the game. So yeah, I got into it because I stopped playing professionally.
Okay, last question. Do you like hosting, broadcasting as much as playing?
Oh, I love it. And I just find like a new love for it, hosting and broadcasting and all this fun stuff. But I think even when I still play basketball, but recreationally or like for New York City outdoor summer basketball, it's just something about playing the game that will always be the best feeling ever. So while I love hosting and I love doing all the things surrounding the game, I think actually playing will always be like my number one love.
I love that. It doesn't get better than playing it.
It doesn't. So take it, be present while you got it. Well, that's going to do it for our Ask Me Anything segment. As always, if you have questions for the show, email fudaroundpod@gmail.com.
Thank you all for listening. We'll be back next week after I get back from traveling. But until then, show the pod some love, rate, review, and subscribe to Fud Around and Find Out wherever you get your podcasts.